guys, Jujubear here. Welcome back to our 2016 Risk Tournament group stages. If you're unfamiliar with Risk, it basically goes along the lines of two players create an army each, and then there's a 50-50 chance that both players will have to swap their armies that they build. So this particular match, I know you guys must be thinking it, but that I'm like following Conceivable through this tournament. In a way I am. He's a good friend of mine, and he's in the same clan as me, but the battles are really entertaining, the ones that he's had so far at least. So this one's going to be Conceivable, AVA clan, and we've also got Genghis Khan, who is a newcomer into that particular group, Group C. Just going off the builds, two very strong builds. I think they must have had an agreement at this point to stick with two builds that were quite strong. But I'll let you guys see the builds in the next phase. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Yeah, this is what we've got on our hands. This is what we're talking about. Battle of Nebula Center, not too bad at all. This was a normal round, so both players picked two very strong sides, and like I would say luckily for both of them, but you know, they both kind of cancel each other out. They both brought very strong barbarian builds, and I guess both of them have benefited. So what we've got here is Conceivable bringing BOII, and then Genghis Khan has brought the ARVERNI. Let's just go through the builds here very quickly. So we got nice little wings out here with from Conceivable. We got Celtic Slinger, Light Horse, Levy Freeman, Axe Warriors. So very self-sufficient, very nice little wings happening there. We got a very similar thing over here, but we've got Celtic Warriors instead of Axe Warriors. So very nice. We've got a Celtic Slinger in the center, and Conceivable's chosen to put his heavy horse in the center, probably to ward off any frontal YOLOs that might come in. So I can definitely see how that would be very useful to him there. So probably a good move from him there. Two Oathsworn, no there's not. There's four Oathsworn in the center, wow. And two Sword Followers, Celtic Slinger up the front, and two Levy Freeman up the back, just to, I guess, meet shield and protect the rear maybe. So we're going to have a little bit of a swap happening here with the Oathsworn and the Sword Follower. Going to send one out this flank. We're also getting some action over here with Genghis Khan. He's going to swap out a couple of units. Genghis Khan's got 4 heavy horse, so he's got the max of each unit. He's got a Levy Freeman, Chosen Sword, heavy horse. So a very strong flank in there. Just doesn't have the numbers. So we'll see if Conceivable's able to pull this off. Over here we got a bit of a different story. We got an extra heavy horse and an extra. Oh no, we don't. Chosen Levy. Yep. So we got 2 heavy in the center. Oathsworn, Chosen, Oathsworn, Chosen, Oathsworn, Levy. So, yeah, Genghis is going to have to be careful not to get frontal YOLO'd. He has only got 1 heavy horse in the center there. So he's going to have to make sure that he doesn't get charged from the front by Conceivable's heavy horse, because he very well could get his charges disrupted by Conceivable's heavy horse, and he probably does not want that. So very strong flank out here, I've just noticed. Genghis Khan, he's got 2 heavy horse, Chosen Sword, Levy Freeman, whereas Conceivable's only going to have his Celtic Slingers, Levy, Celtic, and Light Horse. So very self-sufficient, but they're also very not fragile units, but certainly not as strong as 2 heavy horse, a Chosen Sword, and a Levy Freeman. So Conceivable's going to want to stop the charge of those heavy horse, that's for sure, and he's going to want his Levy Freeman into combat with his heavy horse, though he doesn't really have an answer to these Chosen Swords at this point. I mean, he could throw his Celtic Warriors in there against the Chosen Swords, but he doesn't really have enough units out on this side of the battlefield to kind of deal with this engagement. Over on this side, we do have... Ooh, magpies. We do have a bit of a weaker flank coming in here from Genghis Khan, so I could see Conceivable winning this flank at this point. So it looks like we're going to have an engagement over on this side. Nice stuff. So we got a charge in here from the heavy horse. We got Frenzy Charge being activated by Conceivable. Going to block the charge completely, and he's going to be able to get his Celtic Warriors into combat with those heavy horse at this point. So very nice opening move there, but we've got Levy Freeman being charged frontally from these heavy horse, so Conceivable's definitely not going to like that. Wow, absolutely destroying those guys, knocking them all over. This is well within the rules, by the way, being able to pull through as long as the unit is all on the ground and pretty much dead. So these Celtic Slingers going to be taken out by the heavy horse, not too bad. Both players' cavalry is going to be pulled out of this engagement. The heavy horse is going to fare a little bit better than the light horse, of course, as you'd expect. But Genghis Khan is actually going to bring around his other heavy horse, and it actually looks like it's gone pretty well for Genghis Khan here. These Celtic warriors are going to get attacked in the rear and probably taken out of the fight at this point. So, sword follower being sent into this fight, maybe a little bit too late. I think Conceivable kind of realized that this flank was going to go under at this point. But no, his Celtic warriors are holding. They are going to get rear charged though, once again by the heavy horse. And the same story over here with these sword followers. Though he has popped them into shield walls, so they should be able to hold for a little bit longer. These are Chosen Sword in shield wall also. Conceivable is going to be backing his units up with a Levy Freeman and also another heavy horse. So over here we got a nice charge coming in here into the back of his Levy Freeman, hopefully to take them out of the fight. I'm guessing that's what Conceivable is hoping for. We've got these heavy horse getting ready for a charge on the flank, but it looks like a very strong 60-man heavy horse here. Ooh, charge gets interrupted by these Chosen Swords. If he's not careful, he may... Oh, yeah, he's going to get charged by this heavy horse here. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. They do have Frenzy Charge activated, so, I mean... Oh, no, the charge speed, charge damage, and acceleration is the only things. So, yep, looks like Genghis Khan is doing pretty well with the heavy horse so far. Going to pull them out and get another charge in here with these Levy Freemen. These heavy horse, although they didn't get the best charge in, are probably going to win out this engagement just because they have the numbers advantage. They are, however, they are very tired from using Frenzy Charge, so they're probably not going to be as effective in combat as these heavy horse from old mate Genghis Khan. These Levy Freemen are going to come out and get a nice volley off there, killing off a couple of these heavy horse. These guys do have a single bronze XP chevron, but it looks like, yep, we're going to get another charge here. Heavy horse being brought into these Levy Freeman, and we're going to get a nice little sandwich happening here. Delicious Levy Freeman sandwich. We got another heavy horse being brought over here. My God, it's just an absolute pylon. We got another heavy horse coming in from Genghis Khan. So a nice little sandwich here. The heavy horse are going to be taken out of the fight, and also these Levy Freeman. Though we do have some pretty nice engagements happening for Conceivable at this point. Looks like he's going to be able to claw back a bit of an advantage over here. And we're going to start an engagement in the center. So out in the far flank, we haven't had anything happen just yet. These Levy Freemen are going to get into combat with these heavy horse without taking a charge, which is very nice. Conceivable is going to be happy about that one. And we got a nice counter charge happening here with this heavy horse. 44 men up against 60. They are going to stop that charge. Though Genghis almost gets through to the sword followers, but he doesn't quite get there. Conceivable is going to wrap around with this unit. Let's just ignore this flank for a second. Nothing's happening over here. Both opponents are just kind of sizing each other up with their mainline infantry. Though it looks like Genghis is kind of losing a heavy horse at this point. He's got 16 men left here, and he's got 48 men left here. These heavy horse are holding up pretty well. Frenzy Charge coming in here to probably take these heavy horse out of the fight. These sword followers have been holding on for dear life. 128 kills so far. These Levy Freemen getting into the fight here quite nicely. It looks like this is going to wrap up fairly nice for Conceivable at this point. So in the center, we're going to get an engagement. Oswan against Oswan. Ooh, we don't get the best charge here from... Nope. Last second charge. I think he was trying to charge the Chosen Swordsman behind him. So this is going to go fairly well for Genghis Khan. We got Levy Freeman against Levy Free. Sword versus Chosen. Oswan versus Oswan. And over here, Levy Freeman coming up against the Axe Warriors. So most of these engagements are going to be working out pretty well for Conceivable where he can. He's going to have to be careful with this Celtic Slinger. Going to bring Levy Freeman into the center. These Levy Freeman getting absolutely pizzoned by Conceivable's Levy Freeman. Don't really know what happened there. Going to be bringing in these Oswan. And another Oswan's being brought in from Genghis Khan. So it looks like for the most part, both of these players are going to be mirroring each other's moves. At this point, the ARVERNI general is going to be brought in here. Genghis Khan feels like he can commit to this flank without being overwhelmed. Though Conceivable's got a nice amount of support coming through in the form of these Oswan and Levy Freeman and Heavy Horse. So Conceivable definitely has the tools at this point. He's been able to hold on to his Heavy Horse into this part of the mid game. Looks like we're going to get a really nice timed rear charge here. If he can get in here and finish off this Oswan, that'd be very nice. And it looks like he's going straight for them. In the center, we've got engagements happening, and it looks like they're going to be Yep, here we go. Oh, I just want to catch this rear charge. Nah, not yet. So Conceivable's not lined up. These light horse are going to be able to catch these heavy horse. Very nice use of their speed there to latch onto them and get the Levi Freeman into combat. Over here, the Axe Warriors are getting into the Chosen Warriors. And we missed the rear charge from the Earthspawn are in green morale though, so they're doing okay so far. Gonna pull these heavy horse out of this engagement and remain in combat with these Earthspawn, so pretty nicely done there. Conceivable's General is going to be struggling a fair bit against these Earthspawn, but it looks like the heavy horse of Conceivable are probably going to be able to win him the day here. Just getting crucial rear charges. Though we do have an Earthspawn here winning out against one of Conceivable's Earthspawn, taking them out of the fight. Conceivable's got a couple of these Celtic Slingers left. If he can get into late game and destroy all of Genghis Khan's cavalry, then he should be in a good place. We got a nice rear charge coming in here from the Earthspawn General of Genghis Khan. How many kills they got so far? Plenty, 105. These Celtic Slingers are going to be firing into this glob of units. Very nice target, going to take this Earthspawn out of the fight. How are we going here? Chosen versus Earthspawn. Eventually the Earthspawn are going to overwhelm those Chosen. We got Levi Freeman coming in here for a nice charge into the rear of these Chosen Soul. Probably going to take them out of the fight. Very nicely timed there from Conceivable. These last heavy horse from Genghis Khan is getting ganged up on in a combination of light horse and heavy horse. Nice stuff there. These heavy horse, now that they are free, are going to be coming in here. And look at the cycle charging coming on here. So one's coming out and the other one's coming in. These Earthspawn don't really stand a chance. And it looks like Conceivable's Earthspawn is going to be getting a nice little engagement there. These Celtic Slingers are still alive. We've got 2 of them. They must have a fair bit of ammo left. These Slingers always do. Earthspawn being hacked down with 17 men left. And we've got Sword Follower. And we've got another Earthspawn. Jesus, 42 men left. I don't know how I missed that. Headhunt has been popped. They are struggling with their morale quite a bit. Though over here, it doesn't really look like Genghis Khan knows what to do with his Earthspawn. No, I lie. He's going to get a very nice rear charge in here on these Earthspawn. But it doesn't look like they really have the right... Yeah, they didn't get the best charge in here because they were kind of still in contact with the other unit. But this means that Conceivable can kind of, you know, fire into the rear of the Genghis Khan's Earthspawn General here. Yep, looks like Conceivable is going to wrap around a couple of his horse units. Probably a good idea. Get the mass, you know, thrown into the back of these Chosen Swordsmen. Especially at this point in the battle. Absolutely crucial. Yep, looks like because these units are... No, they're not in Shield Wall. They're in Headhunt. My mistake. But we are going to get a very nice rear charge in here from the 2 heavy horse. Man, just piling on in. And these Earthspawn are going to be under a hail of fire from the Celtic Slingers here. Looks like we're going to be able to finish off these Earthspawn, and we've got a pretty nice engagement out here with the Levi Freeman of Conceivable. So it looks like both players have done pretty well to nullify each other's units, just kind of mirroring each other across the battlefield. These Earthspawn are going to get taken out of the fight though. 45 men left. But it looks like Conceivable is going to take this. I have to say, at the start of the battle, it didn't look like he was going so well on the wings, but then he managed to pull it back, get some nice engagements happening. Especially in the center, he was able to kind of match up the right unit against the right unit. And it looks like the extra heavy, heavy horse in the mid game to late really paid off for him. Being able to hold on to those units, not throw them into combat too hastily. He was able to use these guys to great effect. How many kills have we got? 85, 131, which is not crazy good, but man, they were crucial, absolutely crucial. We got 2 Celtic Slingers. Do they have their knives out yet? They must have ammo left, not these guys. Really hard to tell. No, these guys still have ammo, so Conceivable does still have Slingers with ammo, and it looks like he's going to be able to form a bit of a surround here. So 2 Levies, 2 Celtics, very weak Axe Warrior. An Earthspawn, how many kills? Jesus, 122. Not too bad. 107 on the Axe Warrior, nice stuff. The Slinger's doing pretty well as well, 50 kills each. Wonder what the other one did. These heavy horse gearing up for a rear charge, I'm guessing. There they are struggling with their morale. Let's just put this into forward. We've only got 30 seconds left in the battle. Oh yeah, getting shot in the rear. It looks like Genghis Khan is kind of showing the front to these heavy horse, trying to make sure that he doesn't get attacked in the rear or or destroyed. And there we go, costly victory to Conceivable. Very nice use of the heavy horse. Well, not nice use, but he was able to keep them alive for the rest of the game. Whereas while Genghis Khan did manage to get a lot of kills with those heavy horse, I feel like they were thrown away a little bit too early in the battle. Plenty of kills, oh my god, on some of these Oathsworn units. 224, 172, 144. Excellent stuff there. Chosen Swordsman didn't do too bad. But I think the numbers really paid off for Conceivable here. He was able to get around his opponent and get into the flank and get into the rear, that kind of thing. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit harder on him with micro, but knowing Conceivable, he is pretty good with his micro, so he was able to pull it off here. Very good job there. So thank you for both players for playing. Hopefully you guys are really enjoying getting into the tournament so far. And we'll see you guys next time. This is Jujubear signing out. Peace.